I've got a piece of watercolor card, and this is just, it's cut 4 by 11. And I'm going to take my Spectrum Noir, my inks, and I warn you, this is really messy. I'm going to start with, I've got aquamarine and amethyst and starry sky. So it's kind of a dark blue, a purple, and the aquamarine light teal, or tealy color. And I just want to get color on both sides of this piece of card. So I've just got a brush, and I've actually got blue ink in it in the water because I already did one. So I'm just going to get this wet with the blue. And then I'm going to add some teal in there. Add a little more dark blue. And I'm just kind of splotching it around. That's going to be the back of the back. So we're just going to leave it like that. I'm going to flip it over. And now on this side, I'm going to do something similar. And get it wet. This is why you want to use watercolor card, because it's very wet. And it's very messy, so just... You could do this with dry medium with just inks if you wanted, but I like the looks of the watercolor. I'm going to take my teal there's my teal. Now I don't want such intense color, so the way that you get a little less intense color is I get a little bit of blue, the darker blue, and I'm going to put it down on my mat, and then I can take some color in, and you don't get quite such intense color. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing with the amethyst with the purple, because I don't want that intense purple. I just want some splotches of purple here and there. This is why I said it's quite messy. More blue. And I'm going to darken some of that teal. And that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to dry this, and I'll be right back. Okay. Now, if you have time to just let this dry overnight, that's probably the best thing, but it's mostly dry. And you can see, I mean, I'm a mess, so it is very messy. If you don't like getting mess on your hands, wear gloves. And now I'm going to take, I've got a die. This is from the Crafter's Companion Build a Border dies. And I'm just going to put this kind of up at the top. Try to get it straight. adding the second layer on there. And run that through, and then I'm going to slide it down and do the other half. I'm just going to overlap it. And I'm going to score at every 1/2 inch. And it's just a little over 11.5, so I'm just going to cut that last 1/4 inch off so that it's an even amount. And then we're just going to accordion fold this. And just, you can just kind of fold the top. You don't have to do the score through the top, you just fold it. I'm going to take my gold ink pen, and I'm just going to run it kind of along the edge. And I did this after it was folded because I don't want like a solid gold. I just kind of want a little bit on the, you know, here and there. Just want something, a little bit of shine here and there. And this way it'll just kind of hit different random spots because of the folds, which is what I'm after. There we go. Now I need to sort of glue this together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue just at the bottom on one side of each of these little folds. And I'm just going to let that sit and dry. 8.5. So I took a piece of 8.5 by 11 card and I made it 8.5 by 10, and I scored it 2.5 and 5 because my little fan is almost 8 inches wide, so I needed it a little bit longer. Then I took, just on the front of the card, I took the Crafter's Companion Peacock Feather stencil, and I inked with some blue and some purple ink, some teal and purple ink, just through there randomly to kind of create a background. And I know there's kind of a hole in the middle, and it doesn't matter because that's where my peacock is going to go. But it creates this nice easel card. For the inside, I just cut a piece of card that's kind of that bluish purple color, and it's just going to go right like that, just for some color. And then I stamped and put some foam tape on a strip of white card that's going to go all the way across like that for my stopper. I'll put that together in a minute, but I got to create my peacock body. Now the way that I did that is I took this Crafter's Companion edgeable die, and I cut just this part of it out of the dark blue. Okay, so let me pull the die out and I'll show you. So the die looks like this, and I just took a piece of blue card, just a small scrap, and I put it just on here, ran it through, cut it, and it looks like that. And then then I took a piece of shimmer card, and this is just white shimmer card, and I inked it with some purple, various shades of purple ink, and I'm going to put that on the back of here, like kind of like that. And then once I get that that glued on, then I'm going to trim this out to create the body of my peacock. So let me glue this on. And I'm just going to take my scissors and fussy cut around the body of the peacock. And around the edge, if you angle your scissors, you know, like this, then you can kind of cut right along the edge and get a little bit underneath. And then when you get up here, you just want to kind of leave a little bit of a blue border around the edge. And I don't know if you noticed, but I'm moving the paper, not the scissors. And that's the trick to fussy cutting. I'm not great at it, but that's the one trick. Then when I get down here, I'm just going to cut that part off right like that. And I've got a peacock body all ready to go. Put my die away. Now I can build my card. So let me first start with my card base. Now I don't need to do any matting and layering on this top part because I already have that pretty pattern. I'll give it a good burnish. Now to get my peacock fan on there, I'm going to use some hot glue. And I'm basically just going to glue my peacock fan right here in the middle because I don't want to glue it down here because I want it to be loose, right? So on the back, I'm just going to put a big dollop of hot glue all along here. Flip that over and put it right in the middle. Then I'm going to use my hot glue also to attach my peacock body right onto my feathers. Now, when it stands up, it looks like that, and I'm going to put my sentiment on there. And there we go. And we're all done. Now it doesn't fold completely flat, but not too bad. But it stands up nicely. It looks like that. Not pretty. Hope you like that. Thanks for watching.